welcome to sort of a kind of a new thing I'm gonna do called like expectations for certain things. Like basically that type of thing. That's what the series is basically called, expectations. Now this one I'm gonna do on the Iron Fist series. Marvel is doing the Iron Fist series. I mean, it was a rumor for a while before they casted Iron Fist. Of who is of if the series was going to happen or not, because a lot of people are hoping for Punisher because of the budget that that Netflix has. The guy who's playing Iron Fist, if I can bring it up here, see if those come up. He is an actor from Game of Thrones. There we go. Alright. Finn Jones. That is the actor who's that was cast to play Iron Fist. Now, according to what I see here on the Wikipedia page, that Colleen Wong is going to make an appearance in the series. It doesn't matter to me if now, when it came to the casting of Iron Fist, some people say, this was after Finn Jones was casted, that it should have been Asian. I completely disagree. Because when you look at Danny Rand, is that an Asian? That's a white guy. I am not joking. That is a white guy. He has always been a white guy. As a matter of fact, even in the cartoons he's been featured in, he's been white as well. He does not need to be Asian. That's completely no-no. I had no problem with the choice. It's not exactly a really big name. As far as I know, he was an actor from Game of Thrones, and he played a gay knight. That's what I've heard about the character. Now, there are some things I expect for the series. Like, excuse me, for instance, I expect to see an appearance on the series by Misty Knight. Why? Because she was the first and longest running love interest of Iron Fist himself. As far as I know currently, she's dating Sam Wilson, aka Captain America. Well, one of two Captain Americas, because Steve Rogers got back his youth recently. Now, what do I expect Iron Fist to basically sort of look like in the Netflix universe? Okay, besides having the fist ignite, like it does on the cover of Pyro Man Fist #1. Yeah, not exactly like that, but I expected the glow, at least. One of my high expectations is that he wears this mask. He needs to wear this mask. A yellow bandana mask. This is what he's known for wearing for years, ever since his debut back in the 70s. Okay? Even for a Netflix budget, this should not be hard to pull off. It's a simple bandana. Just have it basically be kind of like this. Now, this is one thing I expect to see done with a Netflix budget. It should be pretty simple to do. And because hopefully with the success of the Civil War film, maybe they might spend a little bit of money animating his eyes. Maybe. As for what costume he should wear, it doesn't really matter to me. Either it's this black jumpsuit you see on the cover, or it could be the gold one, or the green one. Yes. But there is one other thing in particular I'm hoping he has in the show. You see this tattoo on his chest? I really wanted to see that tattoo on his chest. And I don't want him to get it in a tattoo shop. Oh no. That is not how he gets it. For those of you who don't know, he got it from a dragon. Let's see here. Where is that dragon? I know I just saw him here. I have him here. I have this Iron Fist book I got from the library. Let's see here. I expect to see this very dragon on Netflix. This dragon should not be too hard to pull off on a Netflix CGI budget. I mean, this shouldn't be too hard. It's just a dragon. As a matter of fact, this will be the third dragon done in CGI. Actually, it might be like the fourth or fifth, because you had one in Dragonheart. The one in Dragonheart series, from what I can tell from clips of it, turned out to be really good. Another one is the dragon is Smaug from The Hobbit, and the dragons from the Harry Potter series. Basically, this dragon, Xiao Lo, should not be too hard to pull off on Netflix budget. And also, the show itself should be sort of a mixed with a Chinese crime noir type series, because that's technically what Iron Fist is. And there's a lot of expectations that the Immortal Iron Fist series is sort of used as the basis for the Iron Fist Netflix series. I mean, this particular series explores a lot of the Iron Fist mythology. So I'm sure that the people who are running the Iron Fist Netflix series would in fact actually do that. So I expect that, and I'm sure they're going to show Kunlun. That is probably expected because Iron Fist has always been associated with Kunlun. Hopefully they pronounce it correctly, because I've seen times where they take fictional cities to screen and they mispronounce the name. But what about Steel Serpent? What Iron Fist is like main arch nemesis he's had for years. I do kind of expect him to show up in the series. Maybe him or one of the other Iron Fist like minor villains that he's had over the years. Yes. Do I expect the character Thunderer? Those who know who the Thunderer is, there he is. He's this guy. That is the Thunderer right there. You see, that outfit should not, like the Iron Fist outfit, should not be too hard to pull off on a budget. The outfit's very simple. I mean, it's pretty much made of the similar material that Danny Rand's outfit usually made of. So, but should this guy be an Asian? It doesn't matter if this character's an Asian or a white guy. It doesn't really matter for a Thunderer, as long as he makes an appearance in the show. Now, Thunderer himself is not a villain. He is basically the guy who trained Iron Fist. So, I expect to see him. He's kind of like, you can kind of see him as similar to that of Stick from Daredevil. But the only difference is, the Thunderer does not lead some secret organization that battles some other single organization in a behind-the-scenes secret war, shadow war. The guy is basically one of the rulers of Kunlun. Do I expect probably the other Iron Fist series to show up in this series? Probably not. They can maybe reference them, or probably show in Flash that there were other Iron Fists aside from Danny Rand. I'm not sure the exact number, but according to the Immortal Iron Fist series, there's been more than just Danny Rand himself. Like, there was a guy called Orson Randall, who was his immediate predecessor as the Iron Fist. I also kind of expect basically maybe during the course of this season, or maybe next season, to explore that little curse that the Iron Fist have, where their life expectancy, basically anybody who assumes the title of Iron Fist, pretty much dies at the age of 30. Now, Danny Rand himself has actually broken that curse, because according to the Immortal Iron Fist series, at the start of it, sorry about that. Yes, he himself broke that curse when it was revealed that he was 33. So, it's not exactly a really big problem. But I expect the curse to be addressed at some point during the show, either during season 1, 2, or possibly 3 for Iron Fist. I know there's not that many Iron Fist villains, and I know he's not that known character as, let's say, Daredevil is, but this will be the Iron Fist's first ever live action appearance. Now, I have heard, and this is confirmed through few sources, I can't exactly name the sources, but from what I've heard, Iron Fist is expected to make his first live action appearance in the last episode of Luke Cage. Makes sense. I do kind of expect Jerry Hogarth to make an appearance on the series. Why not? She's known for being associated with Iron Fist. I don't see how Carrie Ann Moss could not make an appearance on this show. I mean, there's nothing that she can't. Do I expect Claire Temple to show up in the show? It's a possibility. I heard a rumor she might actually do that, but I've not heard the rumors be confirmed. I mean, she has showed up in the previous shows. I mean, she showed up in Daredevil season 1 and 2, and she showed up for an episode of Jessica Jones. So it's kind of expected her to show up on Iron Fist to kind of confirm that all Netflix shows take place in the same universe. Maybe for like 1 or 2 episodes, but not like the way she is in Daredevil, where she's in there for most of the season. Do I expect Detective Mahoney? Yeah, because he was promoted detective in season 2. Do I expect to see him on the show? It's a possibility. Nothing says he can't. I mean, I'm sure the actor is pretty much available to do all the shows. I mean, when he appeared on Jessica Jones, he only appeared for 1 episode. And in Daredevil, he got a lot of character development because of his capture of the Punisher. So that's pretty much it. Oh, there's one other thing. The Rand Corporation, Danny Rand's company. I expect that to make an appearance because that's another thing associated with Iron Fist, aside from Kunlun and the Thunderer, and of course his overall look, is that company. I don't care what the building looks like. I don't really care. I don't think anybody cares what the building looks like. Whatever, as long as it's a skyscraper, I don't care what the building looks like. Kind of the same thing with the logo. Whatever logo they choose, as long as it's a good logo, it doesn't really matter. As long as the Rand Corporation makes a physical appearance on the show. It has to. I mean, that's how Danny Rand gets his money, is from that corporation, because his father was rich. So, as for Danny Rand's home, he technically doesn't have a home. I've never seen his home in the comics. Well, he does have a penthouse. But, who knows? You can probably depict him as sort of basically the Marvel Cinematic Universe version of maybe something like Bruce Wayne in a little bit. Bruce Wayne's kind of similar lifestyle. Though, basically, they kind of gave a lot of that to Iron Man. They could also do the same thing for Iron Fist, because he's also one of the most wealthiest men in the Marvel Universe. So, I don't see why not. Anything else? As for Steel Serpent himself, he's just a carbon. He's just a sort of... Basically, what Steel Serpent is that he's just an evil version of Iron Fist. That's simply what he is. He's basically a dark mirror of Iron Fist. He could be the main villain, or it could be like next season. As long as he makes a physical appearance in the show, it'll be fine. Luke Cage himself can make a physical appearance. That part I kind of expect, because Luke Cage is no friend of Iron Fist, so you could see him show up in the show because, well, probably return the favor for showing each of respective shows respectively. Maybe eventually they might form the Heroes for Hire. The Heroes for Hire thing, I don't expect to see that particularly in Iron Fist, but I do kind of expect to see it somewhere down there, maybe in another Luke Cage season, if Luke Cage gets season 2. Maybe their secretary can show up on the show. That's a possibility, but I would expect a little bit later on. That's all I can think of for expectations when it comes to the Iron Fist Netflix show. One of my biggest expectations for the show, aside from seeing the overall look and seeing Kunlun and Thunder and the Rand Corporation, is the show being good. A lot of people are really hoping this show will be good. Luke Cage, from the look of the trailer that a lot of people saw at the end of the thing, it looks like it's going to be good. Though it's sort of like basically black exploitation. Iron Fist, I'm expecting crime noir. That's what I'm expecting, because I'm sure that Netflix can actually pull off a crime noir thing. As for like Chinese style like martial arts, I mean, Netflix is no stranger to having martial arts stuff on their subscription service. Heck, they have several movies. They have their martial arts themed movies. So you could have them do that. I don't know. It just highly depends on the show will go. Also, there's one other thing. One tiny minor thing. There's one thing to show that so far all the shows have done basically to kind of confirm that they're set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. A newspaper article of the Battle of New York. I do kind of expect to see that article again, maybe a reference to it. But at least have somebody from the films actually show up on Iron Fist. Who would I expect? Probably not one of the big actors. I would not expect Tony. I would not expect Robert Downey Jr. to show up on the show. Maybe Gwyneth Paltrow could show up on the show. She hasn't appeared in the movie since Iron Man 3, so she can make a small appearance on there. She could Colby Smothers, who is Maria Hill. She could make a physical appearance in the show. Heck, I wouldn't mind seeing Happy Hogan show up again. Jon Favreau, as far as I could tell, still works Marvel Studios. I'm sure that he can probably call Jeff Loeb and say, "Hey, can I appear in Iron Fist?" They're probably like, "Sure." Oh, there's one other guy, and a lot of people probably not know about this little expectation. Myself, maybe color people might be expecting this as well. Clark Gregg, the guy who plays Phil Coulson on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., he's a huge Iron Fist fan from what I've heard. And if he wants, and he really wants to appear in Iron Fist, if he does, I'm sure Jeff Loeb will say yes, because, well, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is under his purview. I'm sure he would allow him to make at least one appearance in the show. I don't see why not. Maybe a small cameo. The only other thing I can think of for Iron Fist is maybe Roy Thomas himself can make an appearance in the show. I don't see why not. He after all, he did create the character. Do I expect Stan Lee himself to show up in the show? No. Because, for one thing, he never created Iron Fist. Even though he was editor-in-chief at the time Iron Fist was created, I don't see... Well, he could do a cameo. But if there was one show he should have done a cameo in, it was Daredevil. He should have showed up on that one. He created the character. Well, he's one of the creators anyways. And he should have shown up. Heck, I was expecting Roy Thomas to show up in Avengers Age of Ultron. Because the Vision and Ultron are two of his creations. I mean, do a cameo, Roy Thomas. It shouldn't be that hard to do. Well, whoever's directing the Marvel movies, give Roy Thomas a call. If you have any of his characters show up in movies, give him a call and have him do a cameo. I mean, the Russo brothers had Ed Brubaker, the guy who wrote Winter Soldier. They had him cameo in Captain America Winter Soldier. I mean, he's the only person I can think of aside from Stan Lee who's made a cameo in the movies, who is associated with these characters. Yeah. And maybe Chris Claremont can make a cameo. After all, he did do some work on Iron Fist. So I don't see why he couldn't. As for, would I expect David Walker, the guy who's currently writing Power Iron Fist, to make an appearance in the show? Him, it's a maybe. But the one person I'm expecting to show up in the show, or who I really want to personally see on the show, is Roy Thomas. He's one of the characters. He wants to create this character. I don't see why Netflix couldn't get a hold of him. I mean, shouldn't be that hard. I mean, just call him up, fly him out, have him do a day of shooting, have him shake hands with Iron Fist to basically do some kind of role. Because the Netflix stuff is the only thing Stan Lee himself has not made an appearance in, aside from the Marvel one-shots. I mean, he showed up in the movies. He showed up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Heck, he's even showed up on Agent Carter. Yeah, he showed up on Agent Carter in Season 1. As a guy getting his shoes shined. But, excuse me. So, that's pretty much it for my expectations for Iron Fist. If you have any expectations for Iron Fist, Marvel's Iron Fist, the Netflix series, please put in the comments down below. Also, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. But until I do another one of these expectations, until then, I'll see you there. Bye.